Hey, everyone. Welcome. Good to have you on board this morning with our Touchstone live event. Let's see if we can't get everybody set up here and rocking and a rolling. Good to have you. It is Friday. And I don't know about you, but it's going to be a busy day for me. Hope everybody can join us here, whether you're watching the live or the recording. I know most people watch this on the recording because of the time difference and the fact that many of you still have job jobs. Hey, Sven, how are you? Good to see you. My day, Friday, it's Debbie Stella. So my day consists of having a telethon that I'm working with a team, a new group that we have, and we're going to be doing a telethon about health, nutrition, 5G, toxins, all kinds of things that they discuss from 12 o'clock, which is about an hour from now, until midnight. Continuous live telethon. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a long day for me. And we got lots of speakers lined up. But anyway, cool stuff. Should be very productive. Live, love the live look. Yeah, thanks, man. I like that too. And been working with a few things here to make our little presentations a little better. As you can see in the upper right-hand corner, you've got your free muse up there. Happy Friday, Allison said. Debbie said, yay, Friday. Happy Friday. I appreciate Sven saying loving the live look. I don't see AJ on here yet, but hey, we're going to get there. So, Friday, what's the plan for today? What is your plan for today? What is your plan for the weekend? You know, we've been talking about our process, simple process that if you want to be, hey, Lori, good morning. How are you? We had a great call yesterday, and it was really exciting. A lot of people, I got a lot of good feedback on that yesterday about the event, about the Live at 11, the training. If you are looking to, I need to move that down, don't I? To grow your business and to create a highly duplicatable, large team, duplication is the key. I'm going to repeat that because our process is invite, share, follow up, enroll. We talked about the enrollment process yesterday, and train. And training is so important. So important. Now, what do you mean by that, Alan? Well, here's the deal. Is what happens a lot of times, and we said this yesterday on the call, is that it's easy to forget. Have you ever heard this comment people made? Well, they've forgotten more than we know, or I've forgotten more than they know. Make sense? I've forgotten more than they know. Or that person's forgotten more about the business than we'll ever know. And so that's why it is so important for us to ensure that we share and we train the system. Don't deviate from it. It is a simple system. It's invite, share, follow up, enroll, and then train them to follow that same system. Now, you have to teach them the invite process. When you're new in the business and you're new in this industry, just like I was, it's easy to want to reinvent the wheel. Okay. And so Eddie Stone's been doing this for 30 years. I've been doing this for I started, probably the first time I went in the industry, which, because I love the industry, was 1980, 84 maybe. My daughter was born in 82, so probably 83. 93, 03, 13, so 30, 37 years ago was the first time I dabbled in the industry. Didn't do a whole lot with it, but loved the concept. And so the industry has changed over the years, and we have to change with it. So we never lose sight of the goal. But what you want to make sure you do is if you're new and you want to have what the people, the leaders, the mentors have, then you need to follow what they're telling you to do, and get rid of that tendency, that feeling of recreating the wheel. Also, don't get caught up with what I call a scavenger hunt. Scavenger hunt. Now, what does that mean? Well, the scavenger hunt is where you come on board with us and you see our system. And you see our system of invite, share, follow up, enroll, and train. And we teach you how to invite, share, follow up, enroll, and train. We teach you to use a weekly activity tracker. We teach you the tools that you need, the number of people you shared a tool with, the number of CBD samples, or the number of verb invitations you sent, the number of gift cards you used, the number of no's you received. You hear, I saw an ad, and this is what I mean by scavenger hunt. I saw a sponsored ad by someone who, I don't know who they are in the industry. See, that's what you have to understand, is anybody can go out and create, in today's world, a simple a page report or whatever, and say, hey, are you tired of your upline leaders telling you go for no? You shouldn't go for no. Well, okay. So what should you go for? Well, everybody wants to go for yeses, but there she is.
Oh my God.
Miss New York. Miss New York. We are talking about Training Friday.
Oh, awesome.
And we're talking about how important that if you want to build a big team, that without duplication, it'll never happen.
True story.
And so we're talking about people that come in the business, they're new, like I was and like I did, and I'm sure like you did, Denise. And we go on what we call scavenger hunts. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, saw a video, sponsored paid ad. Are you tired of your upline telling you to go for no's? Because what we were doing was we were talking about, the tracker. We were talking about process. See, this is a proven system. The people that I work with on our team, Denise, and worked with on her team, I've got 56,000 people in my downline. That includes customers. I don't tell you that to impress upon you, but y'all see a small group here of people. You don't see all the other people that are out there duplicating this process. So when you start, you start out and you learn, and the big thing is a lot of people don't take the time to teach them the proper way, the system. They don't take the time to teach them, hey, here's what we do. We invite, share, follow up, and enroll. Denise and I did a call last night with one of her Advantage members, and we taught them this system. Exactly. And they're like, her comment was, well, that just seems so logical and easy. I can do that. I can do that. Yeah.
And the truth is that it may need to be done more than once, because sometimes people aren't ready, or they don't think that they really, they don't really want to do all that, and then 2 weeks later, they're asking a question that was in that training, but they can't, they weren't ready. So sometimes you got to repeat.
Right, right. Well, and here's something that you said yesterday, Denise, that's so important is there are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. So, which leads me to the next thing is first and foremost training and teaching them. You've got to take them to the website and say, look, here's where you find the blogs. Here's where you find the videos to share. Let me walk you through the Verb app. And if you don't know this stuff, then you need to get on a call with your upline leader and your new person and learn with them. And learn with them. And so here's what happens is let's just, so that's I cannot emphasize enough the onboarding process, the quick start training video, and taking the time to walk them through, show them in the back office. This is where you put your routing number and account number so you get your money. This is where if you wanted to change something, you change it. It's so important. This is where you share the blogs. This is how you scroll. This is how you got to break it down.
And, can I also say that there will be people that you bring in that don't feel they need this for whatever reason. Like, oh, I know how, I'll figure out the back office. Like, I don't need to. You really need to just say to them, just humor me. It's just a few minutes. I want to go through this, because the truth is they may have been doing this business for a million years, right? And they came from another company, but it's still not the same. And so it is easier when you're starting from square one and then you're showing people how it's supposed to go. You know what I mean? Rather than, well, I already know that, so you don't need to show me this. I already know that. Just humor me and let's go from square one, because there's always things that they didn't know, that they thought they knew.
That's right. And Business for Home did a survey, and Eric Worre has done a survey of people who were in the industry, some still in the industry that have never done anything, never enrolled any, some who had quit the industry, some who had gone from company to company to company. And the question was, what do you feel like the number one reason you were not successful was? And over 90%, I think the number was 91 point something percent of the people asked said, well, because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. And so that's why, I say, hey, it's okay to push people to rank makers. They're not getting recruited over there and they're learning what to do, but they need to implement that into our system, invite, because see, that's what they're going to teach them over there, is to invite, share, follow up, enroll, and train. That's the system over there. I didn't get it from them. That's just kind of what they teach. They word it a little bit differently. And so it's so important to teach. Don't assume that they know, because they don't.
Right.
They don't. And then so what happens is then people have a tendency to go on the scavenger hunt. So you said, Denise, you may have to do it more than once. You may have to train it more than once, but it's your job when you bring somebody on in the training process to say, hey, Denise, look, when you first start out doing this, you're going to be enthusiastic and excited, and you're going to probably enroll a few people because you're enthusiasm. So don't worry about it being perfect. Don't worry about being right. But then what's going to happen is you're going to start getting some no's, and you're going to get, it's very possible you'll get frustrated and it just, you'll go, what in the heck am I doing wrong? Don't worry about that. That's normal.
Yeah.
And then when they say, okay, that's normal, there's a man who said, happy Friday, y'all. No, work hard or go home, he said. So when I say that's normal, so then people go on scavenger hunts. What I mean by that is they're scrolling through their Facebook feed and they see that person that says, because I brought this up because on the sheet it says, how many no's? That's a good goal to have. How many no's am I going to get this week? because you can't control the yeses, but you can say, I'm going to get 10 no's. And a no is not well, I'll think about it. Well, maybe. A no is like, Alan, no, I'm not interested. No.
Right.
So you'll see somebody who puts a sponsored ad and he'll say, are you tired of your upline telling you to go for no's? We have a solution that you don't need to bug your friends and family, and it works all the time. Bullshit. They're trying to recruit you.
Well,
listen,
yeah, it's true. And there's more and more and more of those that, everybody's a coach, everybody's a trainer, everybody's got the next best thing. And it is seductive. And the reason why is because all of us want to know the secret sauce, like the special 3 words that you're going to say and the whole world is going to be calling you while you're watching TV, right? Like everybody wants that. And it does make you think for a second, oh, is there something that I don't know about? But the truth is, there really are no shortcuts. It really is the same stuff, maybe reworked,
Right.
That's really all it is. You got to actually do the work.
You have to do, and see, people say, oh, well, they're lucky. Well, listen, what I have found is, and Savin said, no, hard work or go home. Hard work works. Mm-hmm. Hard work works, because the harder I work, the luckier I get.
Well, the smarter work. I like to call it smart work, because you can do a lot more in a lot less time if you're smart about it.
Yeah. And here's what I mean by that is you may talk to 50 people and you might run into someone who comes on board and does well and reaches director. You might talk to 150 people and run into a Denise Longton. And then you're like, woo, wow, look at this. And so then you have to go find another one and find another one. So people say, well, yeah, but if I had Denise on my team, okay, there's more Denises out there.
I'm looking for her right now.
And there's people that know this business and understand it. And see, then you're going to run across people who, I know somebody right now who, I'm very close to, who, if they would just say, yep, I'm doing this, they would kill it. I know they would, because they've done it in the past with other businesses, but they're just not ready.
Right.
They're just not ready. And so they're doing other things. And for whatever reason, they just haven't, grasped it. And everybody knows those people. Well, don't waste your time beating those people up. Just give them time, because nothing will encourage them to join your team more than your success.
Mm-hmm. And this is, I don't know, I think it's relevant, but I have this little tiny book. It's called The 7 Spiritual Laws for Success. And you'd think that I would just read it once and I'm good. No, I got to read it a lot, because sometimes we learn these little lessons and for whatever reason, we apply them for a little while and then we kind of get sidetracked and off the train. And yesterday, one of the laws that I read, or day before, was so powerful because it was talking about releasing yourself from the outcome. Like, whether it's you have faith or whatever, it's belief in the company, belief in yourself, belief in the product, whatever the area is, having that belief and just working the system or going through the process and doing the work and not worrying about if you're going to recruit an Alan Newell, not worrying about who's doing what or what you're, what all of that, how it's working out. You're just going to do the work, because eventually it will happen, but you have to believe that. And if you can let go of that outcome and focus on today and what you're doing today to move you forward, and every single day do that, it really makes a big difference. Because sometimes we get a little focused on the outcome as though we can control it. And it's such an ego thing. And our ego mind likes to, run the show. And sometimes you got to hush it up a little bit. Shh, 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 shh.
Yeah. You got to tell yourself, stop thinking that. Come on.
You got to shush yourself sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no shortcut. Listen, I tell people this all the time, and I truly believe this with all of my heart, soul, energy, belief, experience in the industry, working with, I have worked with 9 different companies that I was building in. Some were short term because it didn't take me long to look behind the curtain and go, I'm out. There were 3 other companies that I reached high incomes on, 6-figure incomes with. And I can just tell you this: if you can't build and be successful here, it's not Touchstone, it's the industry. If you can't make it here, you can't make it anywhere. You just can't.
Sometimes when you can't hit your tee shot, it's not the club.
You can. Let me tell you a funny story.
Just saying.
I don't know. Alan had to shush me the other day. I don't remember that, but I probably did. That's so true. That's so true. If you've ever played golf and played golf with people, when I first started playing golf, I was 28 years old, had never played golf in my life, was in the restaurant business. We were growing our business, and we had restaurants all over the country, and we were excited. And so they're like, hey, we're doing this big event, and we're going out to California, and all of our guys want to play golf. And so, you play golf? And I'm like, no, I've never played golf in my life. Well, you got to play. You're one of the top guys. You got to play. And I'm like, okay. So a buddy of mine who lived in the same town I did, area, said he grew up on a golf course in Johnson City, Tennessee, and he lived in Winston-Salem. And he goes, well, go buy some clubs and we'll go out and hit some balls so that you don't show up. Because the first course we were playing when we got there, for golfers will go, oh my gosh, for you non-golfers won't get it. But we were playing Pebble Beach, which is one of the top.
For your first time?
First time ever. One of the top 6 courses in the world. And it's on the ocean. And so now listen, so we're talking about training. This guy, Bronce McLean, I still know Bronce to this day. He's still in the restaurant business. He won't listen. The training, he said, go buy some clubs, a set of clubs, and then meet me. We're going to go to Tanglewood Golf Course. Tanglewood was a course that hosted a seniors event, not the PGA Tour, but one of the older guys. Very nice course. And we'll go hit some balls on the driving range, and then we'll play, 9 or 18 holes before we go to California. So I said, okay. So he was not specific. So I went to Sports Authority looking at golf clubs. Well, there was a box of clubs with a red vinyl bag in there, and it had complete set for $119.
Right.
And it said TaylorMade. I didn't know anything about golf, but I'd heard that name before, And I bought a box of golf balls, oh, here's a box you can get and deal for $19 or whatever for 24 balls, I think it was, I don't know. And I showed up there with the box in the back of my car, open it, and he goes, what the hell is that? I said, it's golf clubs. He goes, where did you get those? I said, I got them at Sports Authority. He goes, those are cheap starter clubs. I said, well, I'm just starting. I didn't know. So we hit balls. We hit the driving range, and then we hit 9 holes. And I had, I didn't know, never hit a golf club in my life. So I had this bad slice. Slice means you hit it and it takes off beautifully and looks great. And then it takes a hard right-hand turn and goes God knows where. So I load up. I go to the airport with my bags, and I got even the red cheap vinyl cover. They got nice. I had the red that covered it up and took it and checked it in. And I'm sure the baggage guy was going, "Why in the hell would you even carry these? Just rent them when you get there, right? Because you can rent clubs at Pebble Beach 10 times nicer than what I own. But whatever." So I get there, and we've got, not only are we playing on Pebble Beach, we got caddies. They paid for caddies. And so I'm on hole number 1, and it's a par 4, and you first hit about probably 70 yards down are these trees in this creek that come together. You got to go between the trees, and then it lands in at Dogleg Left on the right side of the ocean. Well, I reared back and ripped that thing, and it went straight as an arrow right through those trees. And my caddy said, "Good shot." And I said, "Just wait." And that baby took a hard right turn and went over there, somewhere over in the ocean. And I picked up my team and started walking. And he said, "Where are you going?" I said, "We're going to go down there and hit down there. That's what we did." He said, "Oh, no. We play by the rules, and you got to hit again from here." I said, "Listen, I just want you to know I've never played a round of golf in my life. I bought these clubs from Sports Authorities for $119. And so if we do that,"
you don't say.
I said, "if we hit it if we follow the rules, it's going to be a long day, and the people behind us going to be mad." He goes, "Good point. Let's go."
My God.
So my first round of golf, I hit 129 on Pebble Beach. I was probably 25, 30 shots behind the last place person besides me, but they were like, "Alan, really, that's not that bad, But the point is, no training up front. Just go out there and do it. And so I carried those clubs for the longest time. And you said it's not the clubs. So then we're playing at another nice course, and a guy, John, I'll tell you John's name in a minute. He was a big golfer. He had gone and bought a set of $850, and we're talking about in the early 90s. Custom made Ping I2s, which was the hot new thing back then. He paid $850 for the set of irons, plus he got drivers and blah, blah, blah. And so we're at this course, and I brought my red crappy clubs, and they used to always laugh at me. But I could beat half of them with my red crappy clubs. I literally could. I figured it out, which they hated. They hated it.
But that's the point.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, because a lot of times we think we need those 3 special words, or we think we need this miraculous training that you can get for $59.95 or whatever, but you don't really. You just have to actually do the stuff that you've learned.
Do the work and do it every day, and do it consistently and persistently.
That used to be my story to my husband every time he wanted new clubs. I'm like, "Do you ever think it's not the clubs?"
So let me finish my story and we'll go. John White showed up with those Ping I2s, and we were in Arizona somewhere at these fancy courses. I don't know. Again, I'm not a golfer. And he is hitting these balls all over the place. I mean, just can't hit them straight. They're brand new, first time out. He's throwing clubs down. He goes, I screwed up. I hate these clubs. I hate them. They're gone. I said, "I'll buy them from you." He said, "How much?" I said, $200. He goes, "Sold." I handed him $200 bills right then, took the clubs, and started playing with them, then. And I, it was a little adjustment to go, but I mean, it wasn't the clubs.
Yeah.
It's a system. You got to follow the system. So in training your people, today's call is about training. You cannot assume they know what they're doing, because they don't. Duplication. If and again, I say if you're on this call and you want a large team, and I'm talking a team of 500 or more, not 50,000, 500 or more, the key is to get everybody on the same page, duplicating the same process, the same system, and the same training.
Big.
Huge. Massive. Huge. It's enormous. So we love you guys. It is Friday. We will see you again on Monday. Just so y'all know, I'm doing the telethon today from 12 p.m. to 12 midnight with another group that's starting. And so if you reach out to me, don't expect me to. I might be in the middle. I'm doing it on StreamYard, so I'm kind of more behind the scenes, but you never know what I'm doing. So if I don't answer you right away and you need me, shoot me a text is the best way to get a hold of me today.
Okay.
Love you guys. Thank you, Denise.